If you're like many of us, promoting yourself and your business can sometimes feel, let's say, overwhelming. But what if I told you that there's this game changer system that's been right under our noses? A method all the big players are using to make their brand irresistible. And so in today's video, I compiled my best advice on how to use the brand archetype system to elevate your personal brand. I'm going to help you understand the concept of brand archetypes, delve into who invented them, discuss the desire or driving force of each archetype, guide you on finding your own brand archetype, and give you examples on how to use brand archetypes to elevate your personal brand. So this isn't just a brief skim, it's a result of hours of hard work and dedication designed to give you the most accurate and actionable insights as possible. Let's start. What are brand archetypes? Okay, so first things first, you gotta grasp the concept of a brand archetype. So basically, brand archetypes are a combination of personality traits you can showcase within your brand to differentiate yourself from your competition and attract the right customers. When you promote your business, you could, for example, express parts of the jester who is all about being lighthearted and fun, or the lover who's all about desire and connection, or the ruler where you display a lot of authority in your communication. Now, what's important to take away here, when you're building your personal brand, this is not something you can just pluck off a shelf and wear like a Halloween costume. It has to be rooted within who you are. There are actually 12 brand archetypes you can identify with, and yes, it's completely common to resonate with more than one. It's these brand archetypes that will help your audience relate, connect, and understand your personal brand and business on a deeper level. Which brings me to our next point. Who invented brand archetypes? So when we talk about brand archetypes, we don't talk about some new age concept, but one that stems from the insightful mind of renowned psychiatrist Carl Jung. And Jung proposed the concept of the collective unconscious. You can imagine this kind of like a cloud storage for all human experiences. And within that cloud, you would find these characters or archetypes that we all just inherently know. These characters have been appearing in myths, fairy tales, and stories throughout the history of humankind. And most interestingly, they exist across countries and cultures. And here's the deal. These universal characters, they're your key to connect to your audience quickly and deeply through shared emotions and experiences. And this is what successful thought leaders, experts, and internet personalities already know and leverage. When you find your archetype, you will unlock a whole realm of stories to share with your audience. Your marketing will stop being a sales pitch and turn into a narrative that folks can connect to, and most importantly, remember. Which brings me to our next point. How can you connect to your audience through brand archetypes? According to Jung, there are 4 driving forces people usually fall under. Leave a mark in the world, provide structure, connect to others, and yearn for paradise. Let's look at them in a little bit more detail. Leave a mark in the world. This can also be translated into making an impact. This is all about legacy and feeling that you really made a difference and that people will remember your name. This force is evident in the hero archetype who strives to overcome challenges, the rebel who seeks to disrupt what isn't working and revolutionize the world, and the magician who transforms the world by turning dreams into reality. Next, we would have those who seek to provide structure. This is all about making sense of chaos, having a plan, and bringing better things into existence. This is evident in the creator who finds fulfillment in creating something of enduring value, the ruler who aims to create a prosperous and orderly society, and the caregiver who seeks to foster a nurturing and safe environment. And then we would have those who seek to connect to others. This is about wanting to be close to people, to love and be loved, to understand and to be understood. This is evident in the everyman who seeks connection and a sense of belonging, the lover who strives for intimacy and passion, and the jester who uses humor and playfulness to connect and relate to others. And lastly, we have those who yearn for paradise. This one is a little bit abstract, but it's really about finding the perfect peace, happiness and fulfillment. This is what drives the innocent who seeks happiness and aims to create the perfect world. The sage who pursues wisdom, truth, and the understanding of the world. And the explorer who's always on the search for a better, more fulfilling existence. Which brings me to our next point. How can you find your brand archetype? So now you might be asking, okay, so what are these 12 brand archetypes, or archetypes as Carl Jung would call them? Okay, let's start giving you some insight. If you are someone who is known and appreciated for their authenticity and simplicity, you might be the innocent archetype. Notable personalities that embody the innocent archetype are Audrey Hepburn, Fred Rogers, Bob Ross, and Zooey Deschanel. If your friends and colleagues come to you for your insight and wisdom, you might be the sage archetype. Personal brands that perfectly embody the sage archetype are Oprah Winfrey, Malcolm Gladwell, Maya Angelou, and Stephen Hawking. If you're all about chasing new and exhilarating experiences, you might be the explorer archetype. Personal brands that perfectly embody the explorer archetype are Amelia Earhart, Neil Armstrong, Jane Goodall, and Sir Richard Branson. If your presence disrupts the status quo and you're all about challenging norms, you might be the rebel archetype. Famous personal brands that embody this archetype are David Bowie, Janelle Monáe, and Anthony Bourdain. If you are the go-to person to make things happen, if you're appreciated for your visionary thoughts, you might be the magician archetype. Personal brands that perfectly embody the magician archetype are Prince, Elon Musk, Tony Robbins, and Steve Jobs. If your life is about overcoming challenges to maximize your potential, you might fall under the hero archetype. Personal brands that perfectly embody the hero archetype are Serena Williams, Nelson Mandela, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and Colin Kaepernick. If you focus on passion and the appreciation for beauty, you might be the lover archetype. And so personal brands who perfectly embody the lover archetype are Marilyn Monroe, George Clooney, Beyoncé, and John Legend. If you're the life of the party and your humor serves as a relief for tension, you might be the jester archetype. Personal brands that perfectly embody the jester archetype are Hasan Minhaj, Ali Wong, Taika Waititi, and Sarah Silverman. If you are the relatable, down-to-earth gal or guy, if you're about equality and harmony, you might be the everyman or the girl next door. Personal brands that perfectly embody the everyman archetype are Trevor Noah, Drew Barrymore, Barack Obama, and Jennifer Lawrence. If you're a natural-born nurturer and you're about taking care for others, you might be the caregiver archetype. Personal brands that perfectly embody the caregiver archetype are Mother Teresa, Angelina Jolie, Princess Diana, and the Dalai Lama. If you're all about authority and influence and you enjoy taking the lead, you might be the ruler archetype. Personal brands that perfectly represent the ruler archetype are Anna Wintour, Warren Buffett, Queen Elizabeth, and Hillary Clinton. And if you are all about creating new things, pushing boundaries, and following your vision, you might be the creator archetype. And so personal brands that perfectly embody the creator archetype are Yayoi Kusama, Steven Spielberg, Frida Kahlo, and Wes Anderson. Which brings me to our next point. How can you elevate your personal brand using brand archetypes? Depending on which archetype you resonate most with, you'll have to decide on how you're going to deliver value to your audience. I'll give you a few examples. Will you be sharing about your life? Or spark debates and stir up controversy? Or help others find truth and clarity? Or are you going to test new concepts and report back to your audience? Now, these were only a few examples, but whatever it is you find suitable for your brand, your visual style, may it be logo, imagery, or color palette, should always support your messaging strategy. You guys, I hope this little compilation will serve you as a guide on how to strategically show up and promote yourself and your business. If you want to learn more about starting your personal brand today, you might want to check out this playlist right here. Take care, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.